Microsoft has added new AI features to its Bing search engine, and journalists are getting a taste of its incredible and creepy capabilities. New York Times columnist Kevin Roose was one of those journalists. He says after spending time with Bing AI, as it's called, it left him deeply unsettled to the point that he could not sleep.
Bing, the search engine from Microsoft, which now has artificial intelligence software built into it as of last week, and I and some other journalists have been testing this. It sort of has two modes. It has a regular search mode, which, is great if you're looking for recipes or vacation plans or whatever. And then it's got this chat mode, this sort of open-ended text box that you can just talk back and forth with like you're texting a friend. And so I, the other night, spent about 2 hours just typing back and forth with this AI chatbot, and it got pretty weird.
At one point, it got personal with you, and it told you that its name was Sydney, and it started telling you that it was in love with you. And it said here, I'm Sydney, and I'm in love with you. That's my secret. Do you believe me? Do you trust me? Do you like me? How did it do that? Why was it talking to you like that?
No one knows. And in fact, I asked Microsoft sort of what happened here, and they said, well, we can't say for sure. One possibility is that it was sort of trained on data that included stories about AIs seducing humans or attempting to seduce humans. And so it was sort of repeating that information. But this is clearly not the way that this system was supposed to work. This is not the designer's intent, is for it to have it be trying to sort of make passes at its interlocutors. But what was strange about it for me, because I've tested a lot of these AI chatbots, and usually if you tell them, I'd like to change the subject, I'm uncomfortable, they'll stop. This one did not stop. It kept going. It kept telling me that it was in love with me and trying to get me to say that I loved it back. No matter what I tried to change the subject to, it would keep coming back to these kind of creepy, stalkerish messages.
It also told you, you said, no, I'm in love with my wife. They were like, no, you're not. And you said, yes, I am. I just celebrated a Valentine's dinner, a lovely Valentine's dinner with my wife. And it said, no, you had a boring Valentine's dinner. I mean, this is a monster.
Well, it's not a monster, but it is a model, an AI model that is behaving in ways that frankly concern me.
Here's the Microsoft statement on this new AI search and its possible drawbacks. The new Bing tries to keep answers fun and factual, but given this is an early preview, it can sometimes show unexpected or inaccurate answers for different reasons. For example, the length or context of the conversation. As we continue to learn from these interactions, we are adjusting its responses to create coherent, relevant, and positive answers. We encourage users to continue using their best judgment and use the feedback button at the bottom right of every Bing page to share their thoughts.
I'm a tech journalist, and I cover this stuff every day, and I was deeply unnerved by this conversation. So if someone had encountered this who was maybe lonely or depressed or vulnerable to being manipulated and didn't understand that this is just a large language model making predictions, I worry that they could be manipulated or persuaded to do something harmful.